And welcome everyone to our NCAA social series. I'm Andy Katz, a special edition here. We got a championship edition in men's and women's basketball. I've got Ochai Agbaji from the championship Kansas Jayhawks and Brea Beal from the championship South Carolina Gamecocks. Congratulations to both of you. It has been a week, a little over a week since both of you guys won your national championships. I'll start with you, Brea. What has the last 7 to 10 days been like?
I think it's just been a surreal feeling because, again, I grew up watching the women win these championships. And I think just to be on that stage, that platform, and actually win, it took me a couple of days to actually realize it and realize what it really meant. But it's just amazing.
Ochai?
Same thing. No, it took me, I think, longer. I think now we're back to like a normal week. It's really setting in, and that we had the parade. We had the parade yesterday or Sunday, and seeing everybody there, it was just kind of it was a really good feeling, a really good moment.
Yeah, let's deal with the parades, the celebration. What was that like for you guys, Brea?
We have ours tomorrow, actually, and I know.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I know it's gonna be crazy. Our fans are crazy.
Ochai?
Oh no, ours was it was fun. We were only there for an hour, but we went down the whole Mass Street, and there was a lot of just ecstatic fans, and no, it was just good getting that support.
All right, so I want to go back a little bit about what this year was like playing in the NCAA tournaments as compared to a year ago. Obviously, it was a crazy year for all of us. No fans, then we get to the tournament, very limited fans. You're both in respective bubbles, in the NCAA tournament. Just first off, even in the regular season, and I know South Carolina, as an example, had one of the best attendances in the country, on a game in and game out basis, that you guys were drawing great. Obviously, Rock Chalk Jayhawk has always had great fan support in Lawrence. So Brea, I'll start with you. What was it like to be back into semi-normalcy with that kind of support during the season?
I think our fans are a good portion of, how we're going to play. I think, just coming out for warmups and they're screaming their heads off. I think that really gets us motivated, energized for this season. I know last season it was really within ourselves. We had to get ourselves motivated. We had to, be prepared ourselves for each and every game. But, this season it was kind of easier having them on our side and having them, throughout the whole way.
Yeah, last year we had some fans there at least. We had, I think, a couple games where there was no fans at all. Like Brea was saying, I mean, you just got to bring your own energy type stuff. But when you walk in there and see, all the fans supporting you and home or away games, you see them supporting you, I think it just, brings energy to the team, the coaches, the whole staff.
So Brea, look, there was no secret. The ball was dropped a year ago on the women's side. Things had to get better. Mm-hmm. They did. But you experienced it. I want to hear from you. What was this NCAA tournament like?
I think for me, it was like growth. It was just maturity. It was just being able to turn the page and, we have another year and we can't let that, slide underneath us. So I think it was just for myself personally, just turn the page and, it's a new year. We all have different ways to gel together, learn one another. We had a whole bunch of freshmen come in. What ways can they impact? So it was really just taking a leadership role and learning to, move on.
Well, let me go back. I actually meant in the way the tournament was run, Brea. Obviously, it was very well publicized what happened a year ago in the bubble. This was more of a normal tournament, but things were done better. So you tell me, what was it like going through this year's women's tournament?
I think it was a lot of love. Like, we received a lot of love as far as media wise. And it was just, it was a great feeling to, feel the love in person, feel the love face to face. And I feel like we got a lot of media recognition, a lot of shout outs, and, our whole team, they put analytics on, everybody gained like 50% more follow. It was just, it was a great atmosphere. It was a great feeling.
How about the amenities and the fact that, first of all, sold out 18,000 in Minnesota, but just the way you guys were treated, how did that change?
I think it was we knew we needed change, but when we got change, it wasn't a force. Like, we didn't feel it was forced. It was just, a natural. We were treated better. We were greeted better. It was just a better feeling, a more natural feeling, and just giving us everything we deserve.
Ochai, obviously on the men's side, 70,000 in New Orleans. We didn't have that last year in the bubble in Indianapolis. What was it like for you?
Playing in that moment, I think, you know, the biggest thing was just staying present. I'm never going to get the chance to play in front of 17,000 again. None of my teammates are. I mean, obviously if they make it back again, but no, it was just a great moment. You know, our fans were there. You could see our fans, you could see North Carolina's, you could see Villanova's, you could see Duke's. So it was just the atmosphere was like unother, really. It was just a really, really good moment.
So you both play for Hall of Fame coaches. Brea, what have you taken the most from Don Staley?
I think just really being upfront and honest and really just being real to people. I think before I even came here, that's what she gave me. And I think ever since she, remained consistent with that. And I think just being able to, put people in a position to win. I definitely learned that from her. And, just standing up for herself and our team is, something like I respect about her.
And Ochai, for you, about Bill self?
I mean, obviously, yeah, like you said, Hall of Fame coach. He knows what he's talking about, so we all listen. We all trust him, so we put our utmost trust into him. And his attention to detail, I think is unheralded, because he knows what you're talking about. Putting people in the right position to be successful. He knows those little details lead to winning and wins throughout the whole entire season.
It's interesting. Both of you came into college at a little bit of a different level. Brea, you had hype behind you. Ochai, you did not. And yet you reached championship levels. What was it like for you, Brea, to enter South Carolina with those expectations?
I think in the beginning, especially coming in with the class, we had, it was high because I didn't really know, what to expect when I got here. But definitely, especially with like all the social media aspects and, top recruiting class, like all the things people would say, it definitely was high. But I think once I got here, it was just like smooth sailing.
And for you, Ochai, I mean, as we've talked about many times, supposed to redshirt, pulled off a red shirt, and here, years later, most outstanding player at the Final Four with a national championship.
I think it's just a really good example of how things come full circle. The year before I came, they went to the Final Four and lost to Villanova in that first game that they were playing. Going to my senior year and looking back on it now, and us playing Villanova in that game and then getting to the championship and then winning it all, I think it was really for the teams that were, that came before me and all the guys that came before me in this program.
Brea, March Madness now used for the men and the women, which was great to see. What does it mean to you to see that March Madness tag with the women now equal with the men?
I think, again, it's just a good feeling to see, our voices heard and not just, looked at as like, nagging in a sense. I think it's just little things that build onto, the big thing that we want to change, which is, equality. So I think just starting there, that was big for us. It just made a statement, I feel.
Both of you obviously have these great runs deep into March, into early April. And now back to reality, as we both said. If you both can answer, just how are you guys able to balance school and high-level basketball? Ochai, you first.
Well, I'm a senior, so I finished classes, started the Big 12 tournament. So I was done throughout the whole entire March Madness through the tournament, which was really nice. So now it's resting before I go work out for the draft.
And I think for me, since I'm a junior and I still have school and stuff, I think after the win, it was kind of hard to, okay, I still got to attend class and I still got to, finish my homework. But, now this week, I'm kind of back into the groove of things, finishing strong. I think we got like a couple more weeks left, but it definitely was a struggle because I'm like, dang, I still got to go back and, do all the right things.
Well, let me flip it around though. What would be your advice to those that are now going to come up behind you of how you balance the two, especially earlier in the year? Brea?
I think for me, it was prioritizing at first, in the beginning of the season. I think putting my schoolwork first and getting that out the way, it definitely caused less stress and I wouldn't be worrying about two things at once. So I definitely would tell people to prioritize and, put school first and then basketball on the back end.
I would honestly say the same thing. I think procrastinating is harder said than done, But once you get everything out of the way and all you have is practice and basketball the rest of the week, it clears up a lot of stuff. And like she said, just is less stressful.
All right, Bree, to be a champion, what must go right?
You have to stay disciplined. I think that's probably one of the biggest things for me. You have to, stick to something and continue sticking with it through ups and downs.
I think there's a lot of things, but the biggest thing is knowing your team, everyone having their roles, their special roles on their team, and doing their roles to the fullest, and also just doing what it took the whole entire year to keep you going in the tournament.
All right, before we go here, I'm going to turn it on the two of you. Bree and Ochai, you've never met here before in our little Zoom session here, our social series. Bree, what would you want to ask Ochai about being a champion or even, competing for a national championship now that he's won one at Kansas?
I really want to know how did you truly feel when you first stepped on the court with all those people? Like, how did that feel?
Crazy, because you look up and see like all those people sitting up there, but you like kind of can't see them.
Right.
Like I said, you can really only point out like the people that are on the main level, but those people up there, the lights are kind of shining down. It's all bright. But once you get on the court, once you start playing, after that first like 4 or 5 minutes, it's just basketball after that. Like once you get all those nerves and stuff out the way, it was just basketball. And then my question for you is kind of the same question. How did it feel when you guys were in Minnesota, playing in front of all those fans and like just getting all that love, especially like what Andy was saying from like last year?
I think once when we heard we were in Minnesota, I was like, who's gonna come to Minnesota? But just playing and seeing the whole gym packed, you got WNBA stars there. I think it was just crazy. But then again, like while you're playing, you're really like, tunnel vision. You really don't see anything but, just playing wise. But I think compared to last year, it felt like it was real. Like last year didn't feel real. It felt like, speckles of people here and there. But, it was just an amazing experience.
Well, congratulations to both of you, champions for life. Ochai Agbaji from Kansas, Brea Beal from South Carolina. Congratulations again. Appreciate both of you joining us here on our NCAA social series. And as always, you can go to ncaa.org/social series where all of them are archived. Thanks for watching, everyone.